Hello everyone, this is Liliana Ragu. I'm going to focus on the rationale presentation for administration for EDU 5055. Let us begin on the overview for STEM education. STEM education is an integral part of our everyday daily lives. STEM education allows for student exposure towards science, technology, engineering, and mathematics in order to build upon the necessary skills for innovation and creativity in the ever-changing society that we currently live in. Students are more likely to build upon those connections between school, home, and community by learning how to solve and improve worldwide problems or obstacles through STEM education. Let us focus on the four challenges that most schools are facing when applying STEM education into their everyday curriculums. One of the first is the identity crisis. This is a problem that's based on the misunderstanding of STEM and that it should only emphasize on the four disciplines STEM, which is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, and then while excluding all others. But in most models, in many schools now that are finally um, implementing, they are applying either STEAM or STREAM, which focuses on reading and art. For reading is very important and vital to STEM because it allows for effective communication skills to be built upon, whereas art allows for that innovative and creative side to be flourishing when designing in engineering and technology. And demographical. There is a disproportionate participation in STEM jobs based upon one's gender, race, or even in low income populations. Geographical. This is an economic growth center which is usually far away from the qualified people that are trying to seek for employment. And then training. This is a lack of training or qualifications in order to perform and apply STEM instructions and curriculum development appropriately. Implementation plan. This is the key focus that I would use throughout my entire implementation plan. They are surrounding the access, plan, and improve. Access. Understand the focus on STEM quality education while utilizing STEM quality elements and the assessment with the planning tools for expanding STEM learning programs. Plan. Create relevant and realistic STEM goals, plans, expectations, and curriculums for oneself, the school, and even for students. Access. This is for appropriate resources, materials, and training, or even professional developments in order to support STEM-oriented goals. Improve. Support fellow educators, staff, and students through planning observation, coaching, and peer evaluation while regularly assessing data related to the STEM goals while adapting the plan as needed. So when the lessons plans and whatnot are needing accommodations and modifications, we would adapt those as we go. All right, let us start on implementation plan year one. So taking a look, I will be focused on the three categories: classroom, school-wide, and training. With the first one, we identify leadership teams and perform a needs assessment, determine the level of STEM implementation for my future school, set expectations, goals, and success criteria in order to ensure a successful strategy, involving a college and career readiness lesson that involves understanding of real-life opportunities or situations that do involve STEM solutions. School-wide. Begin communicating with parents, school staff, and the community about STEM implementation. The most effective way to get students engaged is to engage the community. When you're engaging the parents and those around them that are providing a positive environment, students are more likely to be engaged as well. For training. Work with institutions of higher education in order to help STEM training and implementation. All right, year two. For the classroom, I wanted to focus on improving STEM implementation plan in order to achieve a desired level of STEM immersion in the curriculum and lesson planning, including STEM activities that identify and include technology needs, while using a notebook collection of assessment and interventions in order to increase student interest. School-wide. Create a professional development calendar of an integrated STEM curriculum for school-wide use, then finalize that program calendar in order to incorporate a schedule for the content. This is going to be very successful if done appropriately. It can allow all educators to be on the same page together and share their ideas and thoughts and experiences. For the last one, training. Identify sources, materials, workshops, and ongoing evaluation and monitoring of STEM training and programming for improvement. All right, year 3. For this one, we will focus again on the classroom, school-wide, and training. For classroom, the classroom modifications for STEM that allows the educator to place student-based needs for assessment, address any technology needs that may need any improvements or if not accommodations, and create a student survey for students to participate in anonymously to help shed some of that light on what they want to be improved, if not altered, towards their interests for STEM conditions. School-wide. Develop methods for data analysis and distribution for other teachers for in the future when I plan to become a STEM chair educator and coordinator for middle school. It's important to identify roles, responsibilities, and expectations for leadership in STEM programs during the school year. Make use of professional learning community meetings, either on the campus or if not off campus and college campuses or whatnot, to help our fellow educators to share models, experience, and success stories in their STEM involvement in their classrooms. Partake in summer training for teachers and staff for better understanding and how to improve a new curriculum and schedule changes. One of the other types of engineering, if not technology uses I wanted to try is a development system called Maintenance Checklist for ongoing evaluations of trainings and programs. This maintenance checklist allows for educators and staff to keep up throughout the year on the trainings and programs that they're participating in to shed some feedback, if not answer any questions for any new teachers who are also joining that program. And year 4, for classroom, continue an ongoing evaluation and monitoring of curriculum, lesson planning, assessment, which can be used in our own classrooms. Using communication to help share data analysis in order to prove performance assessment to determine the student weaknesses and strengths within our classrooms. And taking that data, we can apply the modifications and accommodations to existing and new planning that we use for the current and the future school years. School-wide, develop and extend partnerships with businesses and within our own communities in order to ensure that the partnerships, programming, and even after-school activities are cultural aware of the changes and diversity, and if not inclusiveness, of our own diverse students. Training. Coordinating a summer professional development workshop or programs in order to meet the needs of our students, staff, and educators, while also reevaluating any current community partnerships that we already have and cultivating new ones for additional resources that we may need. Let us move on to the benefits for strengthening STEM education for both students, school, and community. What we know that the benefits are for education in STEM is that it allows for fosters of creativity and innovation while building upon that problem-solving skills in a hands-on learning environment while gaining new opportunities. Also, students are able to use real-world applications that introduce flourishing careers. Students will also gain opportunities for collaboration and communication in building partnerships with their local businesses and community. Students are able to develop a positive sense of learning for their environment, and teachers are able to gain professional developments, workshops, and other sorts of training in order to improve their own learning opportunities. And additionally, but last, is the funding, materials, and resources that are provided to our educators. And this here is the following references that I do have used for this presentation. Thank you.